are just there, and you think, how did I live without this?
That's exactly right. This is Craig Smith, our good friend from the electronics department.
Good morning,
buddy.
Great to see you, Dan.
Okay, we were talking about this statistic. This is really amazing. The iPad just celebrated, with all their different evolutions, all the different models that they've come out with, just celebrated their 6th anniversary.
That's hard to believe.
Because it feels like a piece of equipment that's been with us for 15 years, most of our life. My daughter can't remember life without an iPad, and she was, 22 when it came out.
Well, I teased my 6-year-old. I said, I didn't have an iPad when I was growing up, and she looks at me like, what do you mean, Daddy? I'm like, and she's 6, I can get away with that now, so we're good.
The iPad, when it first came out, and Craig and I were both talking, we both remember the very first time we saw one.
I do, absolutely.
And went, wow. It was a mind blower. It was a complete game changer. Now, everyone is the iPad generation, no matter what generation you came from. My father is 90 years of age and now has an iPad. I know both your mom and dad have iPads as well.
And we're not going to say my mom's age on the air,
No, because she'll smack you.
Yes, she will.
This is the iPad Mini 2. We give you some options that you just don't normally get with an iPad Mini 2. We've had, by the way, over 735,000 QVC customers who have bought iPads from us. So there's got to be a reason why they select us as the folks to buy it from. 115,000 so far just this year. I know that happy face.
I got a good one here for you. Let me keep swiping. You're gonna like. How about that face?
Oh.
Yeah. That's Smitty in the mud, and I've got another bad. There's Smitty in the wash, and here's the best one.
Oh, that's just beautiful.
Yeah. I was not allowed home with the dog on that day. That was a bad day.
Notice what Craig is doing with his fingers. That's how you manipulate an iPad. This happens to be the iPad Mini, which is the perfect size to hold in one hand.
7.9-inch screen.
And let's face it, dude, if the camera pans back a little bit, you're a little bigger than I am.
Slightly.
We're talking about shoe size. You wear what?
13s.
I wear 8s.
Yes. I wore 8s too, back in 6th grade.
Oh, you're killing me.
Sorry, buddy. You mentioned it's the iPad Mini. It's the Mini 2.
I can't find dress shoes that don't have Winnie the Pooh on the side.
Nice.
But this fits in my hand.
It fits in the majority of people's. There's a reason they came out with the Mini. They have the original size, which is a 9.7-inch screen.
Right.
But that 7.9-inch screen is most people are doing with their multitasking when they're on their iPad. So they're sitting on the couch,
TV.
they're watching
I
TV,
agree.
they're
Yep.
doing multiple things. The fact that the majority of people can hold this in one hand and hold it easily because it weighs less than 3/4 of a pound, and you get this phenomenal screen on the Mini 2. The big upgrade to the Mini 2 screen
was the Retina display.
The Retina display, which
And this has
quadrupled
it.
the pixels. Everything looks spectacular on this screen.
Okay, we are clearance sale priced. When these are gone, they're gone. You're going to get the iPad Mini 2. Normally, what you get with an iPad Mini 2 is the iPad and the charger.
That's it.
That's all. We give you a vertical stand so that you can set it on your desktop or on a countertop, what have you, and watch your YouTube videos, et cetera, et cetera. We give you an additional, go ahead.
I was going to drop it right in there.
We give you an additional extension that allows it to be a little easier to charge. It is a mobile device, so doesn't it make sense to have the mobile charger with it? Here's your stylus. We have a headphone splitter, and then we also give you earbuds. A lot of people think that they must come with the earbuds. The fact is they do not.
No.
Now, then there's two other things that come with it that I think are of greater importance than the normal accessories. This one is a lifetime of assistance from a professional who knows your iPad better than anybody.
Lifetime tech support based right here in the U.S., Dan.
You've got a question. Say, you know what? These kids are talking about all these downloadable apps, and how many are there now?
There's over 500,000 apps.
500,000.
Yes.
You can call that number, and they will take you and kind of guide you through the process of being able to do whatever you need to do. How do I download an app? How do I get my email on my new iPad Mini 2? How do I take photos with it? Because there are cameras built into the unit.
Yes.
They will tell you. You also then get, this is kind of cool.
Really cool. I love the accessories we have here.
You get a keyboard that becomes your hard shell case. And we've got colors for you to choose from. And then we've got a soft-sided case to go along with it. So that's
Black.
a solid black.
Silver.
Silver is our most limited.
Okay.
There's only about 300 left. Clearance sale price. When they're gone, they're gone.
And this was a newer color we got towards the end of last year, the blue Moroccan.
Yep.
That's a lot of personality in that one.
And then two that have been very popular are the black and then also the purple
Paisley.
Paisley.
Yes.
But it really is an opportunity to be able to get the best of the best. We then also give you don't see it here, you get a screen protector that comes with it as well. And that screen protector makes a huge difference. It's actually an overlay of tempered glass.
Yes.
That if you drop your display, and that's what gives you your color around the edges, you're in a much, much better chance that it's going to be able to withstand the impact.
We actually tested these, Dan, inside QVC here. We dropped iPads from 4 feet 26 times to try to simulate every possible angle, landing on the face, landing on the corner. Everybody knows someone out there, they have a tablet or they have their phone and it has that cracked spider web crack across the screen. This is to help protect you from that ever happening. Now, if you drive over the iPad with your car, there's nothing we can do, but this is designed for it falls off the kitchen counter.
Oops,
it's
off the edge of the
It's on
bed.
your chest,
Yeah.
it falls off the bed and hits the hardwood floor. All those little oops moments, because we want to protect this spectacular screen. When you see the screen on the iPad Mini 2, the Retina display is absolutely spectacular. It is a sharper resolution, Dan, than what you get on a 1080p television set. It looks that great. And what's really neat, if you look at the older screen for the original iPad, the non-Retina, that was a great screen as well.
It was the best that money could buy at the time.
Over 160 pixels per inch. We're looking at 326 pixels per inch. Again, both screens look great, but this animation here kind of gives you a simulation of what that experience is all about. When you get close, when you zoom in and look at all of the great detail, with the non-Retina display, you get some of that pixelation. The Retina display, crystal clear, because they quadrupled the number of pixels on the screen. The big story, Dan, when you're reading emails or you're reading text, that's where you're going to notice the big difference. Is the colors are going to be sharper. It's going to appear to be more brighter, and just all that fine detail when you're reading an email, when you're reading something. You can do e-reader books on the iPad Mini 2.
It
just looks better with that Retina
over to you
display.
this morning, and you and I talked much earlier in the morning. But when I walked over, what were you doing with your iPad?
I was reading a book.
Reading a book.
Yes, reading a book off the iPad. I have the Barnes & Noble. I have a Nook at home.
Yep.
I didn't bring it with me today, so I downloaded the Nook app. I got the same exact book for free. You can do the same thing if you have a Kindle as well. So I download the same content and I read it, and it looks like paper. It looks like I'm reading the real text there on the paper. That makes a difference. If it's a blurry screen, the game doesn't look quite right, the video doesn't look good, you're not going to watch it. You're not going to enjoy it. What iPad does better than anybody is their screens are spectacular, which means the user experience is second to none.
It is the reason why it is the #1 brand name of tablet worldwide, but here at QVC as well. We sell more Apple tablets than any other brand name. 735,000 of them have been ordered from QVC customers. 115,000 of those just last year. So when we offer everything that we offer, all the accessories that give you the full iPad experience, that keyboard case, which I can't stress how important that is. When you go to do any word processing, the keyboard on an iPad Mini takes up almost a half of the screen.
Yeah, I'm going to pop that up for you.
You pop that up. This is now your wireless Bluetooth keyboard that turns it into, for a lack of a better term, your real mini computer.
Well, that's what it does, because most of the time you're consuming things on the iPad, but when you do want to write an email, when you do want to respond and post something on Facebook, here, let me slide my iPad here in front as we're showing the colors. This is what it looks like if you try to type on the iPad screen. You see a virtual keyboard pops up, and that allows you to type, but we have this gorgeous 7.9-inch screen. We just got done talking about the Retina display and how crisp and clear everything is.
Yeah, let's be able to use all of it.
You don't want to waste half the screen with a keyboard. The fact that this is a Bluetooth keyboard, that Bluetooth connection, you use it just like you use a laptop, and then you're done, you just pop it right off. Or if you want to close it up, I know you're going to showcase that right now, more protection for your iPad. So what a lot of people have spoken to me about, Dan, they said, you know what, I don't know if I want to get a tablet or if I want to get a small little laptop to carry with me. This is the best of both worlds.
It's a
tablet
compromise
experience,
between both.
You still can type whenever you need to.
And you're not missing out on any of the true experience. It becomes the go-to piece. I'll tell you, I have a doctor's appointment coming up on Friday, and I know I'll take my iPad with me.
Because you get stuck in that waiting room for half an hour. You want to read the 1987 Newsweek article they have sitting there for you?
It's not that. Yeah. Never touch the magazine in a doctor's office.
Let me read that.
Thank you.
That's where you get all the fun.
Yeah, I'm germophobic as it is. All of my magazines are on my iPad. Hundreds and hundreds of photos. And this unit, by the way, is the 32 gig, so you get quite a bit of memory.
You do. Significant amount of storage capacity. What people love about the 32 gig, Dan, is if you want to put movies on your iPad, you can do that with the 32 gig. Average movie takes up about 2 gigabytes of storage capacity. When
Yep.
you factor that in, plus if you have, let's say 50 or 60
here
apps.
we go.
You look at
Slow-mo.
this. It's my buddy Bailey right here, my friend's dog.
Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't shoot that with an iPad. He was in the water, but that's a great piece of video right there to show off that screen. But you talk about all those fun videos, all that great content, the games, the music, the books, and then you could store a couple movies on there.
Sure.
This is all you need when you get on the airplane or you have that train commute in the morning. All of your content right here in your hand instead of carrying all those separate devices with you.
Once something is on the iPad, it's there. You don't need the internet. You don't need the World Wide Web, et cetera, et cetera.
That's what the hard drive is for.
That's
yes.
what that hard drive is for. So again, for traveling. Nowadays, a lot of airliners have the web available, but
You can
it
get
costs you
Wi-Fi.
money.
Yeah.
So
Now you don't need it.
your daughters can't imagine a world without an iPad, can they?
No. In this video I
Your
shot.
oldest is what, 6?
The oldest is now 9. The
9.
youngest is
Okay.
6. I shot this video probably about 3 or 4 years ago with an older generation of the iPad. But I love this because it just showcases how simple. This is 3 and 5. This is how old. So 3 years ago I shot this video. 3 and 5 years old. You look at how simple this is. If I put the remote control for the television in my daughter's hand, they don't know what an HDMI input is.
Right.
They don't know what this button and that button does. But you put an iPad in somebody's hand, I don't care if they're 6 or 106.
They figure it out real
It's
quick.
intuitive and simple. And if you have those questions, that's why we have the 24/7 tech support.
This is the piece of equipment that absolutely changed the way so many Americans interact with electronics. My father is 90, almost 91 years of age. He always referred to the computer as the idiot box. I don't need one of those idiot boxes. Okay, my dad is like Archie Bunker. I love him. He is now on Facebook.
Good for him.
He has an iPad, and it's easy to do. And even he says, boy, I'm really surprised that I avoided this as long as I did.
Well, because a lot of people remember the days from 20, 30 years ago when they tried to program the VCR.
Oh, forget
and the
it.
light just
Yeah,
blinked.
yes, yeah.
Or the first time they used a laptop computer and it was Control-Alt-Delete. It was Function F12. It was all this new language you had to learn.
Right.
That's not the way the iPad is designed.
It's all done with your fingers.
Yeah, the tech people love the iPad, but the average everyday Joe who says, I'm not tech savvy, I can't do this. You know what? You can, because all it is putting your fingers on the screen. You want to go to a certain application, let's go back to those photos. You just tap it with your finger. You want to play the video, you tap it with your finger.
And
That's
you're
how
ready to go.
easy and intuitive this
That
device
screen
is.
is so beautiful.
Retina display. That's the big wow when they made the upgrade to the second generation here of the Mini, Dan.
So in the smaller version, I mean, you're looking at top of the line quality
Yes.
at a clearance sale price. If you were to pay for the iPad Mini 2, all of these accessories individually, we'd be over $850. Our clearance sale price is $359.94. Now, can you just buy the iPad Mini 2 somewhere? Yes.
Certainly.
But the problem you run into then is it is a portable device. How are you going to charge it on the road? We make sure you get the charger. We make sure you get a stand, otherwise you're holding it all the time. We're going to give you earbuds so you can listen in privacy. Earbud splitter so that 2 people can listen. We're going to make sure that you get a neoprene soft-sided case for travel, but then you also get the hard shell keyboard case, which is Bluetooth wireless. And then there's some things that may seem innocuous, but they're huge. One of them is a lifetime of premier tech support. And you would stress this, and this is important. It's North American based. If you have questions at all, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you get to talk and call and talk to a human being that knows the iPad Mini 2.
And it never expires. It never expires. Any question you have, as long as you own this tablet, they are there to answer your call.
You know what it's like? It's like me calling Craig at 2 o'clock in the morning and go, I don't know how to do this.
And Dan, no offense, I will not take that call.
Not anymore, will you?
I'll call you back when I wake up.
So all of your questions are answered. You get the full experience. Pick the color that you want while they're still available. That silver is getting very popular. We've had several hundred of you on the phone lines with us. Don't forget about your cell phone apps. Don't forget about QVC.com and automated ordering. It's a great way to go. There's your
Good morning.
diamond right
I
there.
know, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, stand.
Make it bigger.